Hey, what's up? It's your boy Mike once again with another episode for Straight Out of the Heights podcast. I haven't done part three of the series because I didn't want to get people tired on the quick. Remember, this channel needs 1,000 subscribers before it can become an official channel. Right now, I got 87. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe so you can help me out. Hit that like button, comment, share with the people that you think might know me or that you think might enjoy the history that we're dropping on this channel. To let go of the 70s, I had ended with the first song that was played on the radio, the first rap song that was played on the radio was not Rapper's Delight. It was Fatback, King Tim III. My man Ricardo from 170 sent me the info because sometimes, I don't prepare a script to come down and record these podcasts. I just start talking from memory, and sometimes I want to say something and the info don't come right quick. And I had mentioned that I was gonna show the JBC boombox, the first boombox that I remember that came out with one big speaker on one side and a little like tweeter on the other side. It was a JBC black radio, and my man Mikey from 173rd mentioned it to me. He said, "Yo, you mentioned the boombox, but you didn't show the picture." Sometimes while I'm editing, I be forgetting shit, man. So please excuse me for that. But, I wanted to get that out of the way before I go into the 80s. I ended saying that I ended up getting hooked. At the time, they used to sell Doogie and 169 in Audubon. I remember $13. We had to go to Delancey or to the Bronx to cop that shit. And down there, it was $10. Some dudes used to go down to Delancey and buy it for $7 and bring it uptown and sell it for 13, make $3 or $6 profit. Some dudes, I remember Banana used to do that, and he used to make some good money. Banana's down here in Dominican Republic. I haven't seen him in a while, but we spoke once. He was from 170 at the corner of Audubon there. And, I wanted to get that out the way because when you're 15 years old, man, and you're hooked on something so evil, you don't think of consequences. You don't think of the suffering your parents go through. You don't think of the people you hurt. You don't think of the people you steal from. You just think that you need to get that monkey off your back. And I did so many shit at that age when I was 15 that you be amazed of the things that I did. I remember I was riding around on a scooter in 1980, a Honda Lee scooter. I bought that, I think, on 57th Street down there by West Side Highway. I remember Victor, 184, used to work down there. They used to sell motorcycles at that shop. Victor 184, now he's DJ Woody, superstar DJ Woody, my man Victor. That nigga always been pimping. Even now as an old fat man. One of these days I'm gonna get him on the podcast. I'm gonna try to do something with the DJs. I already spoke with DJ Bayamon, my man Andy. He was going through some situation with that Ian hurricane that swept through Florida. So, once I finish this series, we're gonna get into some serious zooming, because I had a deep conversation with Papa from 173rd, and he's an original Rock City Rockers. and he was telling me, "Yo, Crazy Legs never battled Kikito. Crazy Legs was part of Rock City Rockers before he went to that other crew, Rocksteady." And I was like, "Yo, that's history right there," because we're talking about Washington Heights having a lot to do with the hip hop culture. We didn't have DJs back in the days, except the DJs that did the jams at the house parties or at the Riverside jams that they did. You know, we had DJ Hector, Hex Hector, we had DJ Julio Tone, and they used to rock these parties that they still have get-togethers and have these parties. But like DJing for hip hop like that, we didn't have that, you know, that I remember. I know these DJs were good. Hes Hector even got a Grammy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about some duty picking DJs. I'm talking about niggas that got it. But you know, hip hop, when it comes to rap, you know, and we know where it all started at Setwick with Kool Herc, and the rapping started. You know, if you know the history, when his man used to be on the side, that nigga used to be Didi. His shit was like, if you want to get blood, just talk to me. That's how that rapping shit started, because back in the days, the superstar was the DJ. It wasn't the rapper. The rapper used to be secondary. But I don't want to get into that because I'm not a hip hop historian. I just wanted to get that out the way, which was the first song that was played on the radio that my man Ricardo mentioned it to me, because he was one of the dudes that we used to go to the Audubon Ballroom jams that they used to throw. And we used to see all them rappers that were at that time, you know, rapping in jams and parks, not on the radio. So 1980 comes, and you know, had to maintain the habit, get that monkey off the back. Man, I remember I was talking to Richie, Green Eye Richie, and he brought to memory, or he made me remember. Once I had the monkey. Oh, I had the serious monkey. I was 15 years old, man. At that time, you used to see niggas walking down the avenue with a 19-inch TV on their shoulder and shit. You be like, yo, what's up with that? Man, we used to be stealing from our own people, man. That was crazy. And I remember at his building, I went into this apartment. That shit was filthy. Clothes all over the floor. It was like an abandoned apartment and shit. But I found a bottle of Remy Martin. Old vintage ass bottle. And I was like, damn. I went down to the grocery store. Chilo. I forgot his name. 174th and Audubon. That nigga saw that bottle. He bought that shit from me and took a sip right there. But when I came out the apartment with my Remy Martin, I noticed that the apartment next door had crazy locks. Had Medeco, had the round keys, and I was like, damn, what the fuck they got in there? So I borrowed a hammer from Chilo, whatever. And I went back out to the abandoned apartment. Yo, I opened up a goddamn hole on the wall, man. You know, New York is plaster and sheetrock and some little wood in between. I opened up that hole, man. I found this Pioneer sound system, brand new. The box was still in the house. Oh, you know how heavy them motherfucking power boosters used to be. 15-year-old kid, man, trying to carry that shit. all the way from 174 to 172nd. I made it to 172nd. A block and a half. I was dying. I found my man Robert Ducky. He was like, yo, Mike, what's up? He said, yo, man, watch this for me. He said, okay, put it right there. I put it in front of the building at 172nd in front of the grocery store where Spanky used to live. And Robert Ducky was looking out, and I went back to get the rest of the shit. And the alarm hat went off because I came out the door. Instead of going back out the hole, I went out the door. That alarm took off. I ran with my box to 172nd. I went back with the alarm. The neighbors were at the floor, and when I came up, and I said, oh, shit, what happened? He said, somebody broke in there. I said, well, go call the police. So when they went inside to call the police, I went inside and I took the rest of their. Oh, man. Yo, when you're 15 and you got a habit, you do crazy shit at your own fucking neighborhood. Reminds me of that thief and that dude on Another Friday with Ice Cube, where they got that dude at Christmas going around stealing shit. Damn, dope fiend Jose. I saw that shit, I remember, to little Jose from 173rd, little black Jose from 173rd. I sold that shit to his brother-in-law for $600. I felt rich. 15-year-old kid with $600, shit. Oh, man. Yo, I did some crazy shit, man. My sister was coming to the yard, and she was like, Mikey, if any of your friends has or gets BMW radio or Black Pone radio, let me know because I'm buying them because my husband has this business where he ships them to Dominican Republic and buys them here and sells them over there. You know, stolen goods and shit. Man, I called my man Dondi. Well, before that, I said, damn, but I don't got a car. She said, I'm going to sell the car too. I said, you are? For how much? I don't even remember for how much. This I got to show. This car I got to show because I still have a picture. my first car, 15-year-old. I took this sawed-off shotgun I had, man. I went into this number spot. I said, give me all your got. 15-year-old kid, man. I look at it now, and I look at my son who's 15. I'm like, damn, man. I was that evil when I was 15. My son is a fucking nerd. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn. And I came back with the money, and I bought the car. Then I called my man Dondi. That was the quickest motherfucker taking them BMWs out them cars. We went downtown in that car, man, and we came back with a motherfucking warehouse of BMWs in Black Punk. Yo, Dondi, I'm sorry, man. But you're part of my history, homie. Shit. I'm going to make sure that he comments because, man, we had that habit. We had that monkey on our back, man. And we had to take care of business. You know what I'm saying? He ended up doing some time. He a legitimate man, you know, got his family. He got a good motherfucker works for Hollywood and shit. He be doing them stage for movies. I seen him doing sets for damn, what's that series on The Punisher? I seen him doing sets for The Punisher, and he's worked with a whole bunch of Productions. And I'm really, happy for him because I known Dondi since 1975, man, since I was 10 years old. And me and him hung out, you know, and he was my crime. We did some crazy shit. I ended up getting busted once, and he was the one that took care of my car until I came out. When I came out, he had my car nicely, shined and clean. Him and Spock. Spock is another dude, upright citizen now. I think he a counselor or something, man. One love to you, Spock. I think he lives in Miami somewhere. Prayers for your son, man. Every time I see you posting a picture, saying oil change and, you got to be changing your son's blood and stuff like that. I be feeling sad, man, for him and praying for him. So one love for you guys. So getting back into the 80s, man, I had to support that habit, but then something else came into play. Remember I told you that back in the days, you would go to 163rd between St. Nicholas and Broadway if you wanted a cop, a dime, a 20, half a gram. This is where you got your shit unless other people, had apartments up by Dykeman. I remember my man Salvador Sabino had a spot by 207 where Sweepy worked. May he rest in peace. Sweepy got deported and he died down here because he got drunk and he mixed the alcohol with some heroin, and that combination was lethal, man. Dude died. So rest in peace, Sweepy. The thing that came into play, man, was the blow. Not everybody was into that or selling it in Washington Heights. I'm not saying that it didn't happen, but before that, it was mainly heroin. I remember Black Sunday, 357. All these things came from the Lower East Side. On Rosedale, the Bronx, they had tape, blue tape, red tape. They were known by the color of the tape. Other names came later, like Checkmate and stuff like that, but that was mainly, what niggas were into in Washington Heights. And we used to hang out at the pool room, 175th, 176, next to the pizza shop. Roma Pizza Shop, they tell me the name is. And one dude, out of all these homies that were snatching chains and getting radios, Luis Bernal, Little Victor, PH, Capo, Roquita. Hey, by the way, man, rest in peace. I heard Roquita recently, a couple of weeks ago, committed suicide down here, man. He was into habits. He never got cleaned and sober. And, being an old man, he kept on fucking around. He took his own life, man. This is what I was told by Luis Bernal. And there was one dude that instead of selling it to the jeweler, he will buy it from us. He will buy the radios. He will buy the gold chains. Always a shrewd businessman. And this motherfucker one day, I think he bought a gram or some shit, had it on $1 bill, started selling that shit, dimes and 20s, right there at the pool room. We be shooting pool. I remember I used to be Doogie Down, Dope Fiend Jose type of shit. And he came to me one day. I remember, I'll never forget this. He was gonna sell 20 to somebody. He said, "Yo, Mike, you think that's about a 20?" I said, "Yeah." That's about it. A little corner of the match, little booklet that you used to get when you bought cigarettes. And he started selling out of $1 bill, man, with a gram. Then he kept on going up, kept on going up. Then he had a basement on 173rd. My man Joaquin was down there. Juan Carlos Mustafa was down there, Clint's older brother. And, we used to hang out in that basement and, customers used to come in. I remember, man, they had labyrinths in order to get to where the scale was. You had to go through a whole bunch of doors and shit. And we used to be hanging out down there, man, back in the 80s. I don't recall exactly what year, but homie had to do a year in C-76, and he left his homeboy taking care of the spot. This is all on the book that I'm stealing the name. I have more authority to use that name than whoever wrote that book. Death on Delivery. Dead on Delivery. The fuck out of here. Making money out of our history. Bitch ass nigga. I ain't making no money out of this, man. I'm just doing a podcast. And this channel ain't monetized. YouTube ain't paying me shit either. So that's why I'm cursing. Once I get 1,000 subscribers, then I'll chill. Then I'll chill. So, while homie did a year, you know who I'm talking about, man. You know who I'm talking about. You know who's on that book. Page 210, page 211. You know who I'm talking about. If you're from the Heights. When he came out, his homie, Capulina, had the spot rocking. Shit. And I kept on going deeper and deeper into this fucking habit and shit. My mom's brought me down to DR to get detoxed. And I broke the habit cold turkey. I started going to the gym. I got a little big. And homie already had a disco down here. And I used to go dancing to it. And one day, since we all knew each other, we stepped out the club and, we went to grab some munchies at the monument here in Santiago. And we ended up having a rumble with some local Dominicans. Since I was working out for like 3 months already, I had kicked the habit. I was working out for like 3 months. I was cock diesel. I got into the rumble. Now, I was always a fighter. Even with the habit, I was still, I wasn't afraid. Homie seen me getting down, And he came up to me. He said, yo, how come you never look for me? And I was like, yo, I know we known each other since 77. I used to hang out in your building there in 173rd. And I know you the man and you know who I am. But I got a habit and, I can't work, with that. And I came down here to kick the habit. He says, yeah, but you looking good. I said, yeah, man, I was able to leave that shit alone. And he said, yo, I would like you to come work for me back to New York. And I said, but, my mom's already retired. I don't have nowhere to go if I go back to New York. This was 1985. He said, don't worry. That'll be taken care of. I went to New York in the summer of 1985 when it was only coquette out there. Baseball crack ain't come out yet. And I started working for the man. But that's another story that I'm gonna get into on episode 4. Because that's when Mike the Dome really went crazy. I'm gonna try to say some shit and not involve anything that might jeopardize nobody. I'm just gonna stick to, what the book says and maybe say a couple of things, little history lesson so people won't be so much in the dark talking about homie invented crack and shit. That's bullshit. Because when I was sniffing dope, I was also freebasing. So, we was cooking that shit, on little vials to smoke it while we sniffed. And, it was called freebase before they started putting it in bottles. And I'm talking about 1980. And this is 1985 when this shit came into play. I'm going to talk a little bit about that because I can. Because I'm Mike the Dome. And I was there. And everybody knows the role I play. So I'm going to ask you one more time. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to my channel, comment, hit that like button, share. Help me get to that 1,000 subscribers, man, so this channel could be official. Right now, I'm just doing this, out of love for the pod. You know what I'm saying? So help me out there. Let's get these 1,000 subscribers. I saw I had 87 so far. I need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of playtime. I got 200 and something hours. I got 3,700 to go. And I got 913 subscribers to go before this channel can become official. So show me some love, man, just like I'm showing you by dropping you some of these jewels from back in the days. Remember, like I always said, my name is Mike. One love, baby.